We start with breaking news from the campaign trail.
J. Jones is under fire tonight.
J. Jones is under fire.
J. Jones is under fire after messages he sent in 2022 saying former Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert should be shot.
I'm excited about this ticket.
It's been great to be out on the campaign trail with J. Jones.
You said Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views.
We deserve an attorney general who will stand up for the people of Virginia.
Jones said, quote, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head.
Let your rage fuel you.
Jones doubled down, saying, quote, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes.
How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific, so callously?
Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
Boy. So once again, we got to talk about one of those stories that should be a national news story. The mainstream liberal media should be talking about a story like this, especially in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, where you have conservative influencers and activists who are being subject to political violence. You would think that the media would be alarmed by a Democrat candidate running for Attorney General of Virginia by the name of J. Jones, who apparently engaged in a text message conversation in which it sounds like he was fantasizing about killing a Republican leader in the state legislature. And I want to go ahead and play a clip so you guys can get an idea of the motivations, the ideological motivations behind these text messages and just what this guy said. Take a look.
The unstable pull the triggers, but they are inspired by the hate tolerated and encouraged by the leadership of the Democrat Party.
J. Jones, who's running for Attorney General in Virginia, is being called to drop out of the race by a slew of Republican officials. Leaked text messages from 2022 show the Democrat calling for violence against former Republican Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert and his family. The text messages reveal Jones said he would rather shoot Gilbert over dictators Adolf Hitler and Pol Pot. Jones went on to say he believes Gilbert and his wife are, quote, breeding little fascists, and hoping his children would die. His Republican opponent, Attorney General Jason Miyares, slammed Jones in an open letter to all Virginians. J. Jones wished for the violent death of a political opponent and then fantasized about that opponent's children dying. This conduct is disqualifying. Prior to this week, this race was about competing views on public safety. Now, it's about basic fitness for public office. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin responded saying, this violent, disgusting rhetoric targeted at an elected official and his children is beyond disqualifying. There's no gosh, I'm sorry here. He then called on his Democratic running mates to tell Jones to end his disgraced campaign. Abigail Spanberger, the Democratic candidate for governor, said she spoke to Jones about the text messages, but stopped short of calling for him to drop out of the race. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears, who is the Republican gubernatorial nominee, blasted Spanberger for her response. J. Jones literally fantasized about killing a man and 2 children, and Abigail Spanberger still doesn't have the guts to tell him to drop out. But she didn't stop there. During a press conference Saturday night, Sears is now calling for Spanberger to leave the race.
So it is not enough for J. Jones to drop out of the race. Let me be clear. Spanberger's continuing support for J. Jones is also disqualifying her for office.
Yeah. So you seen that, you heard that. Okay, not only was this guy fantasizing about killing, again, a Republican, but also his children as well, too. Okay, saying that they're breeding greedy little fascists. Now, this sounds to me to be like, par for the course when it comes to the rhetoric that we hear on CNN, MSDNC, and from the Democrat Party about Republicans and Trump supporters, right? Fascist. And like I told you guys before, the left, again, their rhetoric is particularly bad because, one, their side self-reportedly has more problems with mental health, okay? And on top of that, they also believe that violence is justified when it comes to their politics. What you're seeing here is a guy who is running for Attorney General of Virginia, right? The top law enforcement job in Virginia, basically. And it is likely that he's Antifa, right? Because this is Antifa ideology. He said in the text messages that basically the only way that you can convince somebody to move on policy is for them to personally feel pain. And that justified why he was fantasizing about killing Republicans and wishing death on their children, because the person that he was talking to was like, are you serious? Like, are you seriously saying this right now? I don't like what you're saying. And he basically doubled and tripled down on it, right? He meant it. And now all of a sudden he wants to apologize, right? Now that, he's catching heat for it, now he's feeling remorseful. When in the text message, he was not very remorseful. He was very serious about what he said and what he meant. So without further ado, let's listen to this guy grovel because he's in full-blown panic mode over the fact that he got exposed.
New tonight, Jay Jones, the Democratic nominee for Virginia Attorney General, sent out an apology to the Speaker of the House of Delegates. This is after Jones, a former delegate, sent a former legislative colleague text messages 3 years ago suggesting he would like to shoot the Speaker of the House of Delegates. Earlier today, Jones said in a statement, quote, "I take full responsibility for my actions, and I want to issue my deepest apology to Speaker Gilbert and his family. Reading back those words made me sick to my stomach. I am embarrassed, ashamed, and sorry. I have reached out to Speaker Gilbert to apologize directly to him, his wife Jennifer, and their children. I cannot take back what I said. I can only take full accountability and offer my sincere apology. Virginians deserve honest leaders who admit when they are wrong and own up to their mistakes. This was a grave mistake, and I will work every day to prove to the people of Virginia that I will fight for them as Attorney General." The series of texts was first reported by the National Review. He reportedly sent Delegate Carrie Coiner text about hypothetically shooting Speaker Todd Gilbert back in 2022 and wishing violence upon his children. Delegate Coiner has confirmed Jones sent her a number of text messages, several of which read, Jones writes, 3 people, 2 bullets, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Wow. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Coiner replies, Jay, please stop. Jones replies, LOL, okay, okay. Coiner sent us a statement that says on August 8th, 2022, I had a text conversation with Jay Jones. What he said was not just disturbing, but disqualifying for anyone who wants to seek public office. Jay Jones wished violence on the children of a colleague and joked about shooting Todd Gilbert. It's disgusting and unbecoming of any public official.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a joke, though. I don't know if it's a joke. I mean, I really believe that that's how some of these people feel, right? You're talking about a guy who is a delegate, right? A Democrat. So a delegate, okay? A public official, that's how he personally feels about his political opponents, right? And he's so unhinged about it that he wrote a colleague and told a colleague about what he wanted to do. I mean, this guy, he doesn't even have enough discipline, right? Or put it this way, he's so deranged that he had to express it. He had to express something that, again, if you feel that way, I personally think it's bad. I don't think you should feel that way, okay? You should try not to have feelings like that. But if you do feel that way, you probably shouldn't express it, right? You definitely shouldn't act on it, and you definitely shouldn't express it as well either, right? You should probably keep it to yourself, okay? This guy couldn't keep it to himself, and he got caught, and now all of a sudden he's remorseful. He's only sorry that he got caught because he had an opportunity to clear it up, right? But he chose not to clear it up in a text message. He chose to double and triple down on it, right? And try to justify it. And that's what we've seen from a lot of people in this country over the past few weeks, again, especially after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We saw individuals justify an unacceptable act of violence because, well, this person believes something different than I believe, right? Oh, their policies hurt people, so therefore it's okay for them to experience pain, which is the way that this guy phrased it in his text messages. This is how the Antifa people think, right? And again, ironically, they call themselves anti-fascists, but they love fascism, right? They love fascist tactics in order to get their way. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
We've reached out to the Jones campaign, and they sent a statement that reads, like all people, I've sent text messages that I regret, and I believe that violent rhetoric has no place in our politics. Let's be clear about what is happening in the Attorney General race right now. Jason Miyares is dropping smears through Trump-controlled media organizations to assault my character and rescue his desperate campaign. This is a strategy that ensures Jason Miyares will continue to be accountable to to Donald Trump, not the people of Virginia. This race is about whether Trump can control Virginia or Virginians control Virginia.
Again, this has nothing to do with Trump. Your text messages have absolutely nothing to do with Trump. You fantasizing about killing a political opponent, right, has nothing to do with Trump. Trying to spin the conversation to Trump is not going to save the fact that this guy is running for the top law enforcement official job in Virginia, right? And that's how he feels. That's how he feels about his political opponents. Do you think that this guy is going to be impartial, right, doing his job? Do you think that he's going to be non-biased? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this guy is going to abuse that office, and that is why this is disqualifying. An apology is not enough. He needs to drop out of the race.
Candidate Jones was supposed to appear on the 7:30 news tonight for a one-on-one conversation with our Bill Fitzgerald. His campaign chief canceled that interview this morning. Separately, Jones also addressed his reckless driving conviction that same year for going 116 miles per hour on I-64 in New Kent County.
Wow.
You can find that statement at WTBR.com.
Unhinged in all aspects of life, right? Unhinged, undisciplined. And this is the candidate for Attorney General, the Democrat candidate for Attorney General of Virginia, right? This guy should be disqualified. He should drop out. Apology is not enough. Nobody that would openly express something like that should be holding public office. I think that reasonable people should agree with that, regardless of whether you like or dislike Trump. This is bigger than Trump. We can't be promoting people who feel this way, right? Who have these type of feelings, something that they would express, again, in a text message to other people. Yeah, no, you can't be sitting in public office, right? That's just not, it's not okay, right? This is disqualifying. So this guy needs to drop out. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.